Hello, in this video we will be talking about how to interpret Turnitin reports or Originality reports after an assignment has been submitted. So whenever you go into your professor view, whenever you link that through, just going back to Canvas really quickly, reminder to get to this, you will just go to the assignment, click on Speed Grader, and after clicking on Speed Grader, you will see a percentage here. Just click on that percentage and it will link that to Turnitin. So looking at this percentage, this number over here says that it's a 14% match, but it's so important that you actually review what those matches are, because things like a website or like an email address, those things are not plagiarized. That's just standard for Turnitin, so you can unflag those as necessary. So definitely just review these different things that are flagged, because it is likely just potentially an address or what have you. So looking at the different functions within Turnitin as far as grading, you have different layers here that you can turn on or turn off. So the blue on your side would be like your feedback. So for instance, if I wanted to if I thought that this was kind of wordy, then I could click on it, and there's three different functions that you have here. You can either do a quick mark, so if you're quickly wanting to go through and mark things, so maybe it is a run-on sentence, you could just click that here and that will tab that for that student. Another thing that you have access to is you can actually type a comment here, or if there's a comment that you want to be in your quick marks, you could type that here and save it into your quick marks. And then the last thing that you have access to is you could just type here. So I could say grammar mistake potentially, or I could say great transition. So that would be the three different ways that you directly could give feedback to your student. If you wanted to toggle one of these off, then you could, like if you didn't really want to address the grammar right now, you could click that on and off as necessary. Additionally, you could leave a voice comment, so if you needed to give some kind of feedback that you wanted to actually just record, you could do that here and leave that for those students. Or for your rubric, you could upload that here to use this within Turnitin to quickly grade. So that would be this top section here for professors only. Students do not have this view. Going to this next section, any flags that you need to review, again, students will not see this, only professor. So if there's something that Turnitin feels that you need to review right here, they'll put that here. This will be your percentage. Students can see this. And if you want to specifically look, like I see that JSU is 6% of this, if I want to look at specifically where in JSU it is found, you can find all that specifically here. And then it gives you a list of each of the websites under this little grid function. Any kind of filters that you want to toggle on and off is found here. And then excluded sources. So maybe if I see that it is citing JSU quite a bit, then I can filter it to turn off JSU. So like here, how it says that it is 6%, I can turn that off if I want to, and that would be listed in the excluded sources. ETS is the grammar, so it'll tell you like the different things here. If you want to address grammar and let that be a percentage, you can, or you can turn this off if you want to. And then the last thing is AI. Students do not have access to this AI detection, only professors do. So this is 0%, which means that the student did not get this from an auto-generated website, but if there is something here, you do need to use your professional judgment on that, because as you see, like addresses are being flagged as plagiarism. That's not plagiarism, that's just a standard address. So of course, if you do think that potentially there is a plagiarism issue, you absolutely need to go through and use your professional judgment on that AI detection as well. So looking at the student view of this same document, notice that it does look very similar over here in this right-hand panel as the professor view or as the teacher view. There are a couple of different changes. Notice that the AI detection is not here in the same way that it is in our previous view. You do have the grammar check, you do have the percentage, and then just looking through some of these other features here, it does notify them about spelling and about plagiarism here. It tried to note this JSU website as being plagiarized. However, us, the professor, knows that that is just a standard website. It is not actually plagiarism. I put check capitalization, great transition. So anything that you put in your teacher view, the students can see. They can just click on these comments if you do like a quick comment by clicking on that here. Those are just a couple quick comments that I put in here. I actually typed here using the type feature, great transition. And then I put check capitalization on this. So very similar, just in the sense that they can see a lot of what the professor sees, but again, you can toggle off if you don't want them seeing grammar issues. You can toggle that off if you deem that necessary, and then they can download this to save it if they want to. They just cannot see AI, and going back to the professor view, they cannot see AI, they cannot see the flags, and they cannot see like adding a voice comment and things such as that, since that is strictly just for the professor to see. Otherwise, they can see mostly the same things as the professor. And that is how you interpret Turnitin originality reports.